That's our intro. How goes it? I'm Andrew, your DM for the day, along with a special intro and this band of miscreants and murder hobos you see down here. We're the Dirty Rollers, and this is our Rime and the Frostmaiden campaign. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for putting up with our slap happiness. And right off the bat, if you'd be so kind as to like and subscribe, that would help us out a lot, and we would greatly appreciate it. Help us grow the channel, and get some of those other perks for achieving that. Oh, what do they call it? Partner or affiliate? I can't remember what they call it. I get confused reading all that stuff. Can't keep it straight. Which one's which for which company? But yeah, help us get there. That would be very much appreciated. And we can keep making, hopefully, fun stuff for you guys and have fun doing it. So, like I said, this is our Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign. I feel like something's happening in the chat, and I don't want to look.
Got this, man.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah. I'm not going to look. Don't look at either chats. Just out of sight, out of mind.
Don't do it.
Descriptions down below. Yes, that's where we're going next. The description down below should have links to the long form character introduction. So you can learn about all the player characters, see their backstories, a little more in-depth look than what we'll do here in each little individual episode. And also there's a link for the Society 6 shop down below. You can get shirts, mugs, hoodies, pillows, stickers, blankets, all kinds of cool stuff in there, with the Dirty Rollers logo and some goblin art from our goblin campaign. Yeah. Other than that, the usual is all the characters are a little bit over leveled for right now, but they're slowly catching up to the book. We should be there before too long. I'm making some changes to the module, try to make it a little bit tougher for the characters for where they're at. And I don't want them to just walk through everything. We want them to have fun, but also be a challenge. Anything else? Am I forgetting anything?
I don't think so.
No, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do player and character introductions. James, you're up first. Who are you playing?
Hello, I'm James, and I play Jiu. I am a Warforged monk of the Four Elements.
All right. Crissy, who are you playing?
I play Ursula, the Dragonborn Warlock. Her patron is the Great Old One, Isa. And she has a pseudo-dragon named Tamo, and a ferret named Cheese, and Cal, the floating dragon skull.
And Melissa.
I'm Melissa, and I play Cradle Jakili. She is a tiefling monk, Way of Mercy.
Awesome. Yeah. Jacob.
Playing Tumpy, the Battle Rager.
And Garo.
I play Garo, the 7-foot Catman College of Swords Bard.
And last but not least, Lewis.
Dramatic pause.
Building the suspense.
I'm playing Ilnak, the High Elf Blade Singer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And James told me, and I almost forgot until the very end.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember right at the end there. So go through the art real quick. I like showing it. All the character art is fantastic. Garo.
James, you're way too talented.
Oh.
Jiu.
Thank you.
Igna, who's not playing today, but will be back before long. And Tumpy. All right.
I just saw Pincher.
Sorry. So, James.
Yes. Alrighty. So,
got a recap?
Yes, I do. Alrighty. So, as we rested for the night with our new companion, the next morning, the earliest to get up was Tumpy. Tumpy walks in, and he was asking about mages at the Northlight Inn. They basically said that they didn't know anybody other than us that at least had some people capable of magic. So he went back to his... I think I'm missing something. I can't remember if he did anything else other than ask about a wizard or something, and then he walked back.
Oh, he talked to Ursula for like a second.
Oh,
Gave
yes,
her
yes.
the gem, the crystal thing.
Yes, and afterwards he went back to the cart, or he went back to the wagon. Garo then got up because he was just super excited to go on an adventure. So he knocked on all doors, whether or not they were his partners or just some random strangers. They were up now. And they all had a breakfast. GU brought out a breakfast and a nice bottle of Dwarven, some type of scotch or something, and suggested maybe Issa might know something, which got Tumpy's imagination going about the possibilities. So, sorry, I just saw the damn picture.
See?
Sorry.
See? You just have to ignore the chat.
So, all right, so the group decided to head to the comet. East of 10 Trails. Before that, Ilmak decided to purchase a weapon, but seeing that he was with the group that had brought back all the stolen goods, the shop owner had decided to give him his sword for free. So as we were heading, we headed down to Caer Dinaval. Just saw a town, but just passed it. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary except for a tower with a red fish at the bottom of it.
Yeah, that was just a heraldry, like their image or
Swedish
town
fish.
symbol.
Okay. But then on our way, as we were heading to, Goodmead, we had run into a talking fox named Gustav. And Gustav made it clear to us that he likes to help those in need that are in traveling, and possibly give information to those that truly need it. And he gave us some information on... Did he mention that there was another comet that hit the Goodmead Woods, or am I just thinking of weird shit now? Sorry.
It was the same comment.
Oh, okay.
He was talking about the same one. I'm also going to quickly show off what I was talking about because I forgot about this earlier. There you go.
Okay.
The Swedish fish.
I'm going to have to save that picture so I have a reference next time we play. Just for curiosity's sake. All right. So, yes, he gave us, Gustav gave us information on the Goodmead Woods, as well as the possible, at least closer to an area of the Goblin Stronghold. Where's the note that I made on that one? What was it? Somewhere to the... I thought I wrote that down. West of... Excuse me.
West of the 10 Trail?
Yes, west of the 10 Trail. Sorry.
Yep. You're good.
Yes.
Then, excuse me. Then we stopped at the Goodmead after some more traveling, and everybody's dressed warmly, Ursula noticed something weird about the town, that everybody was dressed warmly, but also there was no fire or no smoke coming out of their chimneys. And so they decided to head to the Mead Hall. And near the Mead Hall was a worn-down Tempest statue. Tempest, a god of war. And Sorry. Then Tumpy and Gary. Oh, yep. What's up?
Oh, no, I was just saying you're all good.
Oh, yeah. But Tumpy and company brought the 2 keg golems and another 2 kegs or 2 barrels in for some good mead and regular mead.
Yep.
And at one point while negotiating, they brought those in. And then, it was Cradle that noticed the town was bundled up and there was no fire. And Ursula realized that they had bees inside their bar to make the best honey mead on this side of the continent. And after some negotiation and a suggestion spell cast on the bartender, though seemingly to just meh effect, because the bartender still had there was a mead shortage. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. I wrote this shit down thinking this will help me.
You're good.
There was a mead shortage, and we were buying a large supply of it, but that's why we got charged a hefty amount. But Tumpy whipped out 2 very fine crystals as well as some extra gold on the side to pay for it. And
gemstones.
Yeah, from way back when he got those, way before the when we sailed out here, right?
I honestly don't remember where they came from. It's been that long.
It might have been pre-recording. But,
Tumpy, do you remember?
No idea.
No.
But soon after that, after we had the keg golems and the other barrels full, some honey was bought. An attempt to buy bees did not go well. And, now we're just leaving for Dugan's Hole. And when I say it didn't go well, I didn't mean the fight broke out and somebody died. No, it just didn't go as planned, and there was no sale.
No sale.
No sale.
Onto the D-hole.
This is the good mead heraldry. I have to remember to show these to you guys. I completely forgot until just now that I could show those to you.
Why you do this?
Because I don't like any of my players and I want to keep as much from you as I possibly can.
Like the names of things on maps.
Yeah. I mean, technically, they're not supposed to show you, but I also feel like it's once you've been there and you know where it's at, you can mark it off.
Yeah.
You could have written it on there too. So.
Yep. Yeah, maybe I should make you guys do that. And then if you mess up the map, it's your own fault.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh,
sounds good. Totally do that.
But she acts like she doesn't already write all over the maps.
I would never.
Mm-hmm. Broccoli ankles. Alrighty. So you guys were heading out of Goodmead on your way south, kind of towards Dugan's Hole, but your actual destination was even south of there. So yeah, let's see. Gotta look at the distance between Goodmead and Dugan's Hole. All right. So everybody's still traveling the same as you were, right? Most of you on axe beaks and a couple of you on the wagon. None of that's changed?
No.
Yep. It's the same.
Yep.
So then, you guys continue on south down the trail. And 2 hours go by. You're now looking at maybe getting towards 5 o'clock. 5:30, somewhere around there. You roll up to wait, did I do this wrong? Let's see.
The B-hole?
Dugan's Hole. The D-hole.
Yes. I drew lines around it so it looked more like a D-hole.
Okay. Yes, I see. Very good.
Thank you. Do I get a brown star, Andy?
Yeah.
Brown star.
A brown star, yes.
Thank you.
All right. So you can immediately tell when you're pulling up to this little town that this is like the smallest of the towns you've been to. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I can show you what the flags look like here.
Is it a flag with a beehole on it?
It is not, in fact, a flag with a beehole on it.
Oh, could be a D-hole.
It's a gray pillar-like monolith set against a sky blue field above 2 crossed silverfish.
Aww.
That's pretty cool looking.
That's where OG Ollie went
To Dugan's Hole.
to study crabs.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Melissa's
I
past
remember.
character.
Let's skip this town.
you don't want to come across Ollie?
Or let's meet up and have Cradle talk to her.
Oh my god.
That is a damn good idea. I like that idea. Let's listen to Melissa go insane.
Humpy, you want to skip this town? Oh,
Yes.
I guess we could keep
Yes.
riding. But then we could either stay the night in Dugan's Hole or camp out amongst the stars. Or the overcast dark sky, I mean.
We could probably ask for any information.
That's true for like the comet and the goboos.
Yeah.
Could do that.
Rolling up to Dugan's Hole.
Yep.
Up Dugan's Hole.
Yes. Poor word.
We going up Dugan's Hole.
Dugan's Hole, a place where everybody knows me. Sorry. I don't know. Sorry.
Everybody knows your name.
I just wanted to do Cheers ripoff for Dugan's Hole.
Man, you guys, these last 2 episodes are really dating yourselves here.
Hey, man.
Andy, don't say it.
Yeah, I'm saying it.
Dugan
Alright.
Dugan Hole.
So you roll up to Dugan's Hole, and like I said, this is like the smallest of the settlements you guys have seen yet. So you immediately notice that the town is essentially like based around this single street here. The street in the middle there with the 2 bigger buildings. The town's kind of clustered around that main area. Let's see. I'm trying to look and see. So yeah, when you pull in here, you see very few people milling about. Much like Goodmead, you don't notice any smoke coming from chimneys, and when you roll down any of the streets or anything, you don't see any fires in any of the buildings. The few people that you see look very, very bundled up, just like Goodmead as well. So probably Garrow and... Well, we'll just go with Garrow first. So, Garrow, roll a perception check for me when you get into town here.
7.
7? Okay. You just see the people like huddled up as they're walking, like they've got all their furs pulled up nice and tight over them and head down as they're walking around.
I want to yell out to one of them that I see. Hey! Can I bother you for a moment?
What's your business here?
What's the deal with no smoke in your smokestacks? Do you guys not like keeping warm and burning wood?
Just the foolish idea of a sacrifice to Oral.
A sacrifice?
Sacrifice our warmth in order to appraise the Ice Queen. He says it with like this just dripping sarcasm.
Does Cradle hear this?
I don't know, make a perception check.
Go!
Oh.
That
Whoa.
one. Sorry.
Nope.
I really wanted her to hear that.
Her
Good wing.
the sound of her
Good
wings
wing.
flapping in the cold wind is drowning out the talk up ahead.
Sacrificing your heat to someone who likes it cold? That sounds pretty dumb to me.
Yes, exactly. It's most of our thoughts.
Is she... hey, Cradle!
Eh?
They said they're sacrificing their heat to the, what's her name, Oral?
Yeah, Auril.
And that's the name of the Frostmaiden, right?
Yeah.
I know.
They're sacrificing to the Frostmaiden.
I know.
wonder-
I've been writing that in my journal.
Do you think she's a devil?
Well, yeah.
Oh. I tell the guy in front of me, do you know that she's a devil?
It's one of the things she is, yes.
And if you're sacrificing to her, that means you guys are devil worshippers.
Oh, God.
Not. I don't think so.
Oh, you don't worship her. Oh, Cradle, it's okay. They don't worship her.
She's gonna
This
kind of do
person-
shifty eyes
This
and then look
person's
at
very
Ursula.
confused.
Cradle, I think they're just trying to stay alive. And they're scared of her.
Yeah, stay alive. And she does a really terrible wink and then looks at Ursula. Chapter 3, I told you.
She did, actually.
So, sir or madam, could you, is Dugan here?
Madam.
It's just, like, kind of scoffs at you. Dugan's long since passed.
Oh, okay. Well, where's the hole? Is there an attraction to see?
He looks out. Well, let's see. He says attraction. We've got red waters there, and he points out towards what looks like a frozen over lake. And he says, other than that, I guess Thrune's 20 stones. There's not much here.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
Thrune's 20 stones.
Oh. What's that?
An attraction. You can like hear the air quotes around it.
Oh. Then where's the hole? How come this place is called Dugan's Hole?
Nobody really cares. I don't care. I'd rather not be in a place called Dugan's Hole, yet here I am.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, maybe you should consider renaming the town something more fitting, like the...
Maybe you should consider moving along. It's quite cold.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Please forgive me.
Yeah, he just like pulls up his hood the rest of the way and then continues walking. You
Oh,
get the
wait,
idea
sir,
that
sir, hold on. Where's the inn?
in
A place to sleep.
he just kind of laughs. I don't know if there is one. Let me check real fast. You're talking to him and you're looking around, like you're realizing like this place isn't like very well kept. It's let's see. Like even though they're on the water, you can see a bunch of the boats are like pulled up on land. You can see like the only boats that are in the water are like frozen in the ice. Let's see. So I haven't gone down there just yet. he just kind of laughs when you ask about the inn and like where to sleep. He says, "There's not too many people want to visit here, and even less of them want to stay. Try the speaker's house if you want, but he just kind of shrugs."
That's okay. I think we'll just pass on through then. We'll go see the stones. What were they called again?
Thrune's 20 stones.
Runes, 20 stones. Okay.
It's in the chat.
Through.
All right, good day.
Mm-hmm. And he keeps walking. No, you guys gonna continue through town?
Yeah, let's just go straight through, I guess.
Okay. Get down here. You can see that the ice appears to have buckled the shorter of the two wooden piers that are out here. So from about halfway out, it's just sunken into the ice. Everything here just looks, it's not very well kept, run down, shoddy, like you name it. Just not a very great looking town. You don't see very many people out. Some of the people that you do see, like the rare occasions, like you can see like an ear sticking out from underneath a hood, or like the super rare occasion that there's someone that's not wearing a hat or any kind of head covering. You notice like ears look like maybe they had a little bit of elf blood in them, but they're like crooked, bent down, or not shaped quite right. Garrow, you noticed like when you were talking to that person, their teeth looked like super uneven, and at first you thought maybe they were broken, but you noticed that their teeth almost looked like sharp, not like they were sharpened, artificially, but like there's some kind of deformity or something going on with them, maybe. In fact, most of the people that you see walking around here seem to have something going on. Like it's a hand that's like curled in and clutched up close to their body, or something. Like everybody seems to have some kind of like physical, like noticeable physical deformity that you've come across. And
there must be a lot of incest here.
And you notice, or not notice, but you remember that the guy you were talking to had pointed the Thrune Stones as being like the southwestern side of town.
Okay. You guys want to go check out Thrune Stones and get out of here?
Sure, I want to see the stones.
Okay. So on the way over to the stones, are you guys going on the street or along the riverbank, or like not riverbank, the bank along the lake there?
Whichever is the easiest path to take the war wagon.
So the wagon's probably the street.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay. So then everybody can give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Was that your perception check?
Yes.
Ooh.
How y'all so high with the disadvantage?
16.
Oh, with disadvantage? I didn't hear the disadvantage part.
Cheater. She's a cheater.
Just
It's fun.
He's a phony.
It's a big fat phony.
9.
God almighty.
16, 20. These are all with disadvantage? Okay.
No, I had to roll twice. So
Yeah,
mine's 9.
I rolled a 20 and a 16. I'm kind of mad about that.
He's an elf, though.
He is a elf, though.
An elf, though.
A wasted 20.
Hang on, you can judge that in a minute here. Why is that not working? I hate it when it does this.
He's an elf. His eyes see everything.
What do you see with your elf eyes?
Yeah.
Something fucky.
Something focky.
All right. Can I show you guys?
I'm outside, you fuck.
Can I roll for Tamo?
Sure. Wish I could show you guys. I know there's a way to do this, damn it.
Andy, can we ride the wagon through the stones?
You get negative inspiration for that.
Damn.
Are you going to show us the world?
I'm trying to show you guys a picture of something. The guys that succeeded on
Dick.
perception check, but I want to show it to you without. Let's see. Okay, we just want to show you the art. I don't want everything to pop up for you. Oh well, I think I'll trust you guys. If all the information pops up, please don't read it. But I want to show you the picture.
Andy, you know I can't read. I always just look at the pictures.
All right, so let's see. We got Lewis. We got Jake. We've got James Pass. Crissy, what did you do?
I'm rolling twice for disadvantage.
Oh, the other ones were for Tamo. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for Tamo.
Tamo can see. Okay, so those of you that rolled high there, you can see as you're passing along, you're looking out over the waters, or what was the waters. It's completely frozen over now. Every so often, almost at regular intervals, way far out on the ice, you can see what looks like a very tall humanoid figure. It's almost like just a silhouette, like it's so far out there, standing on the ice. Maybe wearing like a hooded cape or cloak of some kind. And it looks like there's bits of light peeking through the hood and between like holes in the clothing. You see something that looks like that standing out there.
Oh. What?
Wait, what's that?
Oh.
Look in the chat.
Oh.
Oh,
chat.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting a thing 5, and holy shit, that's awesome as hell.
Yeah,
It
for
looks
sure.
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But you see multiples of those things just standing out in the ice. It looks like they're staring into staring into Dugan's hole.
They're staring in the Dugan's hole.
They're staring at Dugan's hole. It doesn't sound well, no matter which way you put it here.
Wizards of the Coast did that on purpose.
Yeah, they're staring at the town. There we go.
Bunch of perverts.
But they don't appear to be moving at all in any fashion. They just kind of almost seem like statues out on the ice. You see them, whether you want to act or anything it's up to you. But as you're pulling up to what you're really guessing is the 20 stones of Thrun here, you can see a ring of like megalithic stones standing there. In fact, if you were to count, you can see 19 of them that look like they're very like crudely shaped into the shapes that they have there, stuck into the ground, and they form like a rough triangle ring, and then one single stone in the center of the formation.
Can I go look closer at them?
Sure.
I want to look too. I want to look at the center stone. After Ursula, of course.
I'll follow along just to keep an eye out. This is just kind of strange.
I mean,
Ursula wants to walk right in the middle of it and draw what she sees in her notebook.
So who all is going to check it out?
I'll be on somewhere on the inside, but as I kind of pass the stones every once in a while, I look up at the weird figures on the ice.
I want to pass next to Ilnock and flip my tail in his face and go, "Come on, Ilnock."
just because it's an eerie concept, it's like, this is
Eerie.
The figures on the ice still don't appear to be moving at all.
Cradle's holding back. She's not comfortable.
Okay. Let's see. Garrow at disadvantage. Ursula and Ilnock. Give me an Arcana check, please.
Arcana?
Just a regular one?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, well. Maybe Ilnock knows something.
Possibly.
This isn't what you were checking. This is just a general thing.
It's just anytime you roll 1 for anything, it's just really, really balls.
Yeah. Garrow, did you roll? Disadvantage? Is he not there?
I don't know.
Melissa
Did
there?
he? C-Star?
Wonder if they lost
Uh-oh.
internet.
Yeah, I bet they did.
That's weird. I don't think they've ever lost it before. James?
yeah.
Yeah, all right. Just seeing if it was everybody down there lost it or not.
I lost my internet.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't. No, I don't believe you.
Should we wait for him?
Let me see if I can text C. I'll text C-Star real quick.
Okay, I'll pause it. Okay, we're back, minus 2 of them who lost internet. So Melissa and Garen will hopefully be rejoining us, but until then, we're just gonna go through this bit here. Ilnock, your Arcana check of 17. When you enter the ring of stones here, you feel you can feel your hair stand on end. And like you have this like inkling that there's some kind of very old, very strange magic here in the circle. Unable to tell what exactly it is, but it just feels like the last bits of some kind of old magic that's hanging around here.
Can I use identify?
Sure.
Okay, it's just a ritual. So
So the 10 minutes it takes you to cast identify. Ursula, you're checking out that main stone.
Yeah, she's looking for like markings or anything like that as she's drawing it in her notebook.
Okay. Let's see, no markings or anything on it. Yeah, you don't see any markings or anything. It actually looks kind of like a wind worn, and it's still like a rough texture, but it's been like smoothed out. So it's not like a rough, jagged texture. It's kind of like pitted and pockmarked, but like smoothed out a little bit.
Interesting. I wonder what these were used for.
And then sure, 10 minutes passed. Ilnock, your ritual comes up as, I forget what exactly identify tells you. Let's see.
it says it's a magic item or some other magic imbued object. You learn its properties, how to use it, whether it requires attunement, how many charges. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item, if the item was created by a spell, and you learn which spell created it.
Ooh.
Okay. So you get you're not getting specifics, but it's some kind of like elemental, like old elemental magic. And when I say elemental, I mean like an old like primordial magic, something that you are not used to feeling or like sensing. It's very old. It's like less of a specific spell and more of like a congregation of that old magic there.
Huh.
Oh, say, I'm not sure exactly what this is. It's very old magic, something old and strong, but it's waning.
This very
That's old weenus magic.
old weenus magic.
I did not say it's weenus. That's it's waning.
Ursula wants to look back out toward the sea at those giant, scary things.
They're still there.
Are they still? They're just standing there, not doing anything.
Yep.
I wonder if they have anything to do with. No, probably not. She was thinking maybe they might have something to do with this circle of stones, but maybe they don't. If they're
kind
like
of
a primordial elemental thing.
They're spread across the ice in like a fairly consistent interval, like from one end of town to the other, maybe a little bit beyond in either direction. But they all seem to just be looking like towards land, not so much you guys or like the town itself, but all looking inwards toward land.
I wonder if they're like guarding something? I don't know. Strange.
I mean, it's solid ice out there, right?
Yeah, as far as you know, it looks like it's just solid ice.
So we could go out there.
Do we want to go out there? I'm a little scared. How far out are they? Did you say they're like really, really far out there?
Yeah, they're quite a ways out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So something that would take like day or two or something to get there kind of far.
Well, I mean, probably not like a day or two, but they're still like they're not really close to the town.
Okay. Maybe we can come back and investigate them. Unless someone really wants to go out there. No?
I think we should maybe concentrate on the comet.
The comet. You really need to get that ASM #1.
Well, should we ask anybody in town about either the comet or the goblins?
Goblins. Yeah, Garrow didn't ask that guy about the goblins, right?
He did not, which I thought was a little weird. So I was going to ask somebody, but I was waiting for us to do other things first.
Okay.
Cool. I think if we can find the comet first, maybe at some point the goblins will kind of reveal themselves in time.
So GU wants to go find the comet first. Which I think that was kind of the plan, right?
Yeah, it kind of was. And we were
Yeah.
just going to see if we could find the goblins along the way. I think was the idea.
They might try to ambush us.
That's true. Yes.
You love how I threw in try? That's mean.
With everybody's ridiculous perception checks and shit, yeah.
I'm being cocky. Sorry.
They'll probably definitely ambush me. All of my perception checks have been in the pooper. In Dugan's hole.
Covered in brown.
The Dugan's poop.
And I guess I'll drag Lug with us because I just realized nobody is really doing anything with Lug. So I'll make sure to bring Lug with us.
Okay. Lug is just kind of sitting stupidly in the saddle of his axe, just watching you guys. Holding his head.
Since it doesn't look like there's nothing else to do with the circles, right?
No, that was just... Yeah, like you remember when the guy was talking to Garrow, he was very like sarcastic when he was talking about this place.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of sarcastically saying it was an attraction, but
there's some markings on these stones. Did you say there was markings on the stones or no?
No
markings.
Cool.
It's kind of wind and weather worn.
Well,
would it be okay if I just looked at this just out of curiosity?
No.
Okay.
No, you can look at it. There's no harm in it.
I think that's the one. Was that the one? That was the one Ursula looked at, and you said it was just like an ordinary looking, like kind of smoothish stone.
Yep. Yeah, there's no markings or anything on that. It's kind of, it has a texture to it, but it's like smoothed out over the years.
Does it seem like it's kind of iced over? That might be why it's kind of smoothed out.
Iced over? No, it's just from like all the wind coming through and whittling away at it, and probably the snow and like shards of ice and everything.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty.
All right. Yeah. Anybody have anything else they want to do with the stones?
I don't think I do.
Make them all good.
All right.
Yeah.
Tumpy, you interested in the stones?
Are they dwarven made?
You can check.
Not that interested.
All right. All right. What are you guys doing then?
Heading up.
Yeah, I guess heading out or something.
All right. Talking to anybody on the way out?
I guess if we... Oh, what?
About the comet or something.
Yeah. If there's somebody that looks like, I don't know, they're willing to talk to us on the way out, we might ask them about the comet.
Okay. So you guys leave. You go to leave. There is... So you know that... let me pull the map up again. Dugan's Hole. So you know the 10 Trail and the Eastway are like those are the main what do you call it, the main trails around 10 Towns. You know where you're like wanting to go was south towards the Spine of the World Mountains, but there's also not like a regular clear road down through there, and it's gonna be like some rough going. It's more of like you'd be plowing through the open tundra, or you make your way back along Eastway to Burnshander, then down the 10 Trail, and then cut into the mountain. So it's up to you which way you want to go there. Going straight south from Dugan's Hole is probably the quicker, like more direct route. But going around on the trails, like down the 10 Trail and then over, probably a little bit safer since you're on the main, like well traversed roads. This is up to you guys.
Is it better to stay on the road? What you think?
I'll bring you guys over here so you can see me.
Yeah, it might be easier to see. I was just going to ask you about that.
So it seems like the path off the road might go to the area faster.
Take the quick way?
Yeah, if you're heading straight south from Dugan's Hole, there's like no well-traveled road or anything.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd be traveling like just across the open tundra, or you go north following the trail and then west and then south.
Do we want to go the fast way?
I don't think it would hurt.
That's good to me.
I feel like our axe beaks and stuff could handle it, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you guys would know that the axe beaks are kind of made for the off road. Probably the bigger pain would be the wagon. It's loaded down with all that mead now.
Hey Andy, would you say that that one check for the day is like I can go back on my axe beak, or do I have to be in the back of the wagon for the rest of the?
No, you've already spent.
All right, cool.
Over 5 hours. So yeah, you could go back out on the axe beak if you want.
Yeah, and I'll kind of follow up ahead, somewhere near next to either the bears or like the in between reins, just somewhere near the front, so I can help keep watch if need be.
Okay. So yeah, so you guys are getting ready to head out. You see someone on one of the last houses out of town. Actually, wouldn't be by the house because you guys are by the stone. So it would be someone like hanging out around the stones. Like she has this weird little like lean-to that's kind of up against the house. She's for the most part like well outside of the town proper, and she's like on the south side of the stones. So yeah, she's got her little lean-to built into like a bit of the hillside there. And she has a little fire set right outside of it. And you can see it like it looks like an old bar stein or something that she's holding out. And you can hear coins clinking around inside of it. And she says, some coppers for some information.
Oh, exactly what we were looking for.
Very frail. Like you can see this one like bony arm sticking out from beneath her furs.
I take 20 copper.
Okay.
And I give it to her.
Oh, bless you. Oral will bless you for years.
Oral, huh?
Tell me, what would you like to know?
This might be like, I'll just look over and be like, 1 second. And I'll just kind of kneel down and just ask, do you know any more history on oral? Was it oral? Or I'm not Arl. Sorry. I'll ask about Arl and just see if I can get any information that we don't already know. It was copper, so might as well check it out.
Real.
Sorry.
It's OH space REEL. This is how to pronounce that. Real. Okay. So she starts talking, and as she like goes on, she starts rambling. You can tell that she is like deeply passionate about like this winter queen, or this ice goddess. As like she has all these different names for them, like all these fluff sounding things that you haven't heard of all of these things that she's calling them, but like you have the idea that she's kind of glorifying some of it and like exaggerating what little bits she might actually know. You're having a hard time kind of piecing together like what she's telling the truth about and what she's not.
But out of all the other people that like the ones that are sacrificing their warmth for her, sacrificing their own warmth for her, does this one seem to be like as genuine as it gets in comparison to those other ones?
Just like paying attention to it. Make an insight check on like, we'll say like that whole situation where like, the towns are sacrificing their warmth.
So 18.
18. All right.
Yes.
So on an 18, they seem to be like vain sacrifices. Like they're not really doing anything. Like the idea that you've seen through all the towns is that like by sacrificing to Oriel, the Frostmaiden, that she'd end the winter and like things would go back to normal. But like nothing really seems to be happening. And then there's this woman that seems to be like fanatical almost about it. That's clearly has a fire lit, and she, I don't know, seems pretty happy. Maybe she looks miserable, but she seems happy.
I'm gonna pull out a silver piece and hand it to her and ask, can I ask one more question?
Of course, ask all the questions.
Yep, and there's a silver for her. Why did it fail to? Oh, sorry, shit. Damn electrum piece looks like the fucking silver. Sorry. There we go. That's why I was like, alrighty. All right. So you said that it seemed the way she is. Okay. Did Oriel do anything special in particular for you?
Every day I'm alive is a blessing from Oriel. She brought me you. I haven't had so generous a stranger come by before. And she shakes her cup like really fast as all the coins jingle around in there.
I'm just gonna say I wouldn't do that too much. I keep hearing about goblins ambushing people, so I'd be very careful with that.
She whips the stein back in and puts it under folds of her furs. She says, you're right. You gotta be careful, but I kind of have to take the chances when I can. You don't get too many visitors out this way.
Do you know anything about the goblins at all?
Sure I do. They mostly stick to the other side of the tent trail, and she's kind of like in between shivering, she's like jutting her finger over like in the direction of the tent trail that,
yeah.
I mean, roughly the direction of the tent trail. She says it's on the other side. She's pointing over there. She says, they don't really come up here too much though. I'll stay over there. There's lots of them over there. She says, you be careful. I wouldn't want a blessed of Oriel to be ambushed and raided by those disgusting little things.
Alrighty, well.
Anything else?
The comet, maybe?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pull out another one more silver. Sorry.
Apologize for it. Your coinage.
But I'll just ask it. Did you hear anything? Do you know anything about the comet? Like if Oriel might have done that, or if it might have been something else entirely?
Oriel's light. Yes, I saw it flash across the sky in a resounding thunder when it struck the ground. Yes, it was amazing. It was an amazing sight. I was blessed to have seen it.
Or so she's calling it Ariel's light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's calling it.
Yeah. I just wanted to write it down in case it was important for anything.
Okay.
Did she see exactly where it landed?
She says that the light it hit the ground on the other side of the first little forest there.
Okay.
So this circle, let's see. What layer is that on? Weird. That's one. There's text hidden all over the place. Fucking ticks.
It's good.
So I will. Where's the box at? I'll narrow that down for you.
That's helpful.
Oh, damn! I was totally off.
For what,
Holy
the comment?
crap. Oh, sorry. I thought
this is for the comment.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. So we saw. Okay, so the comment should be near that area. Okay. Oh my god.
Sign of the weenus. Do you think the gobos are in the spine of the weenus?
Maybe. No.
All right.
Damn it,
Well,
Jake.
what?
Jake lying.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, do we want to ask this lady anything else?
Does do I have a clear look at her face at all, or is it more like just kind of like face kind of held down in like a hood or something and kind of blocking some of it?
She had it down until you've been so generous, and now she's like looking up at you. It's got kind of like sunken in features. Like she looks like she's like lived out in the wilderness, like mostly away from town for a very long time. It's like malnutrition. You can see her face is got deformities. Like one cheek looks like it's like way sunken in, like not just like the flesh on her cheeks or the skin, but like one actual cheekbone looks like it's like sunken in and down a little bit. Yeah, so she kind of fits with the rest of the people Dugan's Hole that you saw with the like physical deformities.
Okay, so it says I have an extra bedroll, so I'm gonna take that out. Or does she even look like she's strong enough to carry a bedroll? Like, would a bedroll be light enough, or does it kind of?
Well, I mean, you're kind of looking at her home, so it doesn't have to carry it too far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and
or what may be her home.
And if there's a chance, if I can try to slide her 2 days worth of rations.
Yeah, I mean, she'll like eagerly take it.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, we have another 25 worth. So, okay, and I'm just going to say, stay safe out here. G is just kind of taken aback because he's never really seen a person so changed and emaciated. So he's just kind of.
He's nice. He's a nice guy.
Nice guy, G.
Yeah.
He's really concerned. He's like, I've never seen somebody so deathly skinny like that. So he's just kind of, yeah.
He's so nice. He's very.
Okay. So she like gladly takes the bedroll and she runs and stuffs it in her lean-to real quick. Kind of what looks to you like it might be dangerously close to the fire, but you know, like not in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Where?
That should do it. I don't know about you guys.
Shall we continue? Shall we go and look for the comet and the gobos?
Well, now that we know that the Gobos is just slightly closer than where the comet landed at the spine of the world. What do you all think?
Either one would be fine. I think they're about this. Well, I was going to say, I think the comet is probably closer. Depending on,
miles
like,
on
if
this actually correct?
Are they? I never even thought to do that for some reason.
Never thought to do this either, and just realized it was doing that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't see Venus underworld. I kept thinking that was where the damn fucking comet landed. I was looking at the spine of the world because I just saw a big red X, but I didn't see Venus. So
yeah.
Well, looks like we're going to the comet first, guys.
You're looking away over here.
Yeah, I was going to say, oh shit, the goblins seem to be closer. Oh god,
no.
Like if you guys want, I'm totally down to let's
go to the comet.
Find out. Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Cradle's gonna run up and drop some bird seed in her cup.
Oh shit.
Apparently. Yeah. The Cradle runs up and drops a handful of bird seed in her cup, and the lady just looks up at you like just a puzzled look on her face.
Cradle's gonna bend down and just boop her nose and just run off.
That seems accurate.
Enjoy the seeds.
Oh,
you're back. Oh, yeah.
Kind of, not really. I'm using my phone, but I can barely hear you guys.
Oh.
I'm trying.
She trying. That's all that matters is she trying.
We just trying, man.
I'm going to shove a seed in my nose.
Yeah. So yeah, apparently Melissa and Garen are going to try to listen in. I don't know. Can you guys pull up Beyond on your phones for combat?
Or is it still pulled up on your? Well, no, because you might have to load.
I could try.
Or do you have dice handy?
I got handy dice.
Okay. I feel like asking those two if they have dice on them is like a dumb question. The harp store's probably
We always have dice.
okay.
So, Melissa, do you have your headset hooked up to your phone?
No. I don't think I have
the dongle.
Yeah, I don't got the dingle dangle. I don't think.
Oh, that sucks.
Sorry,
Stupid new phone technology making me use a dingle dangle.
Okay, Grandma.
I just want my VHS.
All right, so you guys, you're heading south.
Yes.
Okay.
To the comet site.
Yep, and not the spine of the Venus that I found. God, I feel like a dipshit. Oh God. Yeah,
It's all right.
The spine of the Venus.
One minute I'm donating, the next I'm a fucking idiot. God almighty. Sorry, I'm so losing it over that. Oh man.
All right. So it's the sky's darkening. It's getting light. Say by the time you leave here, between like 6 and 6:30. So you guys know that if you leave right now, you're probably going to have to camp out like on the tundra. That's still fine with everybody?
I think so. Garen can do that hut thing.
Yeah, he's got a hut.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll bring out my bead and I'll start batting it around in the snow in a circle. Like a cat does, playing with the bead until all of a sudden the magical dome appears.
Wow. All right. So you guys you can camp out in the dome overnight. Well, I should say, are you doing this like a little ways away, or are you like popping this fancy dome out right in front of this lady?
I don't know where we are. I just jumped in.
I assume we traveled a little bit.
I thought we went another hour or so, at least towards the area.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that works. The lady was right outside of Dugan's Hole.
So I just want to look at the tiny hut and say how quaint, and then I want to cast my spell.
What?
Ooh, what do you have up your sleeve?
So takes 10 minutes, but you see a 2-story tower appear. And something special for GU, an observatory with a telescope and maps of the night sky.
What?
Wow.
This is amazeballs.
I forgot that wizards could do that.
You want me to link it in the virtual tabletop, Andy?
Yeah, you can throw it in there. You can see.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a
Bam.
10.
Oh, my God. There's there's all kinds of fanciness.
And on the first floor will just be the washroom with toilets, wash tubs, and magical brazier and sauna benches.
Oh, perfect.
Just to be fancy.
Is clothing optional? I just start taking off my clothes. Yes.
Oh my gosh, it sounds so fancy.
Oh my God.
Is this your house?
One of them.
One of them? You have many?
Oh my God.
And like for flavor, what kind of tower is it? Like what's it made out of?
We'll say this one is just made out of smoothed stone.
Okay.
It says like it has a bedroom with a bed and chairs and chests and a fireplace and a study with desks and books and parchments and all kinds of stuff and a dining space.
Well, it's
Each level, but I can only cast 2 levels at the moment, so I have to pick 2 of those.
Oh, that's
it's
so
2
cool.
of them, and they're relatively small. Like they're 10 foot tall, but up to 100 square feet.
Yeah, which still kind of small.
That's pretty neat, though.
Yeah.
I think it's neat.
So you guys can fit like more comfortably in this than you could in the tiny hut, but it's not like a huge like grand amount of space.
Yeah, I see the observatory thing with the telescope and that's neat.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
So yeah, you guys.
This is the coolest thing ever.
You guys can camp out in there.
Walk over to GU and say, "For your services with the coat."
Oh,
Thank you. I'm definitely going to see if there's any parting in the sky, but thank you.
we got enough room for lots of things if we use both of them too. Got room for everybody.
For everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody.
So yeah, you guys have a good night's sleep in this tower.
No, thanks.
No, you're not sleeping in the tower. You're sleeping in the wagon. Or since he did this technically after Garrow cast the tiny hut, you could sleep in the tiny hut if you want.
I'll pull the bears inside a tiny hut with me.
Oh,
All right. Tumpy's tiny hut
Tumpy's tiny hut.
of tonics and titties.
Of Tumpy's tiny hut of tonics and titties.
Oh wait, technically, I have to relook at the hut. Maybe I have to stay in the hut. I can't remember.
Oh,
Look at
do you
that
have
spell.
to stay in it?
Oh,
Fine, I can curl up with the bears and Tumpy.
he
Garrett
walks
would be
out
just
and
happy
it
with
just collapses in a way.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, it does say the spell ends if you leave its area, I guess. Oh, so maybe does that mean you do have to stay in it?
Spell ends if you leave its area. Yep. So I will stay in the hut with Tumpy and the bears.
Okay. Yeah, so, all right.
I am still naked, though.
Of course.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
I mean, you can't really tell because I've got fur covering my body, but hey.
All right, so you guys have your full night's sleep. 2 of you in the tiny hut, and the rest of you in the tower. Next day, let's see, Ursula, straight D20 roll, please.
Great D20. Let me see. 11.
Okay. Let's see.
And then a dragon appeared.
No. No dragon.
The one time he has us roll a d20 and then we don't do the joke, he's like, oh shit, you actually get a dragon. He's like, what?
Yep. One second. Trying to look at something.
While you're doing that, I'll be right back
Okay.
in like a minute.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay, I'll go with that. Wait for her to get back before I say any of this stuff.
And can we still see the things out on the red waters? Have they moved at all?
Well, I'll say you could see them like through the night, and in the morning they don't appear to be there.
Ooh, that's unsettling.
Yeah, you don't see them anywhere out on the water or anything.
Where do you think they went?
Hopefully not to Duke and Soul.
How big were those things, Andy?
So from far away, they looked like pretty big. Like you could still see them from a distance. Not like giant size, but like very tall human size. Like, but they're very like stick thin tall. And then back to Ursula's 11. Ursula, your dream was a dream of clouds, specifically clouds with bridges of smaller clouds between them. And so actually, it was like looking at, like Mario 3's overworld map. Right? So kind of like that, except all the locations would be made of clouds. The bridges are made of like smaller, denser looking clouds. And at the end of each like area, like each like I don't know, you're kind of looking down as like that same top down perspective. And at the end of each like little like continent looking thing, you can see what looks like some kind of portal. And the portals all look like vastly different. Like some of them look like a purplish blue. Some of them look like a mirror. One portal looks like it's peering into some kind of like volcanic hellscape, One looks like a broken, twisted landscape. It's like very dry looking and craggy. You see one that looks like a flash of like earth and ground, but that just goes on for like miles. It looks like through this portal. Other one looks like a strange little like forest clearing with little sprites dancing around it. And then you can see one that's one portal that's almost just pitch black, and on the other side of the portal you can see what looks like I don't know, almost like ghastly, like after images of like creatures, like creatures that that you've seen, maybe like animals and like squirrels and birds, and you swear you see like some kind of large panther looking creature zipping around.
I got excited.
Did that on purpose. It's okay. Yeah, you just see all these different portals connected by clouds. That's what you remember in your dream. Like you felt like you were flying up ahead or up above all these portals and these clouds.
Neat. I have no idea what it means, but it sounds cool.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to write all that down in her notebook and draw what she can of it.
Okay. You guys heading out now?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So after maybe another hour or so ride, you get to the river, the Red Run.
The Red Run?
Red Run River.
Red Run River. We've reached Red Run River.
River.
Is it frozen?
At least the upper part of it.
Is it just a little kid walking around repeating its name? With a
Red Run. Red Run.
That's what I was thinking.
Quickly kill that kid. Dispatch of him.
He's evil, I tell you.
But yeah, it looks solid mostly on top. You can see water running through underneath it.
Like we could cross it?
Yeah, I think we need to cross this. Let's test the ice first.
1 second. How far across did you say it looked?
It's not terribly wide across. It's and you look up and down where you're at, and this actually like little crook in the river here, like right where near where that X is probably the widest part. If you went west, there's easier spots to cross. Aren't quite as wide.
Okay, then maybe we should go to the narrower spots.
Yeah, if need be, I can try to thicken the ice to make sure it's more stable.
Oh yes, I forgot your Iceman. Yes, let's do that. You could probably just thicken the ice here, right?
Well,
Or should we go?
I think we should try just a place that's a bit more closer together, because it would take a lot of key points to freeze. Because like the spell in particular, or the feature in particular, would be, where is it? Oh, here we go. I spend a key point to reshape, raise, or lower, freeze, or unfreeze an area of ice or water no larger than 30 feet on a side within 120 feet. And it'd just be one key point. So like if we find the, a right length, like maybe, I don't know, I'd have to really make it thick just to make sure that the wagon can cross. But I think it could work out.
So we should find a 30-foot spot so you don't have to expend one key point.
either that, or I can just spend 2 just to make sure that the integrity is not going to break under the wagon, just to make sure. Yeah.
That sounds good. What are key points? Are those like energy cells in your body?
Sorry, I would have reworded it being like, it would have taken energy, my chakras. There we go.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess let's go downriver a bit and see if we can find a narrower location.
All right. How long do you want to go? Maybe an hour-ish?
Yeah, I don't know how far away a narrower spot would be, but yeah, let's go till we find a narrow spot for GU.
All right. So maybe hour and a half or so you guys can get here. And this spot seems a little bit more narrow. Also, the other side looks a little more friendly to cross with the wagon and everything. So, yeah, GU, this looks like a much better spot to try and cross. Like there's maybe a couple 100 feet wide here.
100 feet wide.
Well, you don't have to make an ice bridge. We could just see if the ice is strong enough.
If need be, you guys can tie a rope to me. If I get caught under there, I'll just be cold. I won't run out of air.
Okay. I tie a rope around your waist. Are we sending you out then? I'll go out with you. It looks thick enough, right?
It looks pretty thick.
I think it can handle us. I'm just afraid of it handling the war wagon.
You know what? Okay, let's walk out on there real quick, and if there's any spots that seem kind of thin, I'll just hit a key point on there, spin a chakra on that, and focus my ice man. And I will try to thicken up any possible weak areas. But yeah.
Okay. So I'm sorry. Who was going out there? Just GU or GU and Garo?
I think GU.
I'll go out.
Okay. So the two.
I'll tie a rope to his waist still, and tie a rope around that end of the rope, or the other opposite end onto my waist, just in case one of us falls in. We can pull the other out.
Yeah. You guys go out across it, maybe expecting to hear some like creaks or groans or something. And although in certain spots you can see the water running under it, you don't hear like a single sound crossing it. There's no crack or like it doesn't sound like any of the stress. Like it seems and feels like very solid.
This feels good. I jump in the air as high as I can and jump down on it.
Crunch.
Oh god.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, he's stomping around on it, and there's no cracks or fractures or anything in the ice. It seems pretty solid.
Alrighty. If you want, we can start running the.
Running. I start running as fast as I can to pull the rope tight. So I pull GU off of his feet if I can.
If you're actually trying to do that, I need a contested athletics check.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Seven.
20.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
All right, so Garo takes off running, pulls Gio off his feet, and Gio goes skidding across the ground.
I just keep running until we're off of the ice.
I would at least try to shout, be like, hey, we're leaving the others behind. You don't want to do that.
Oh, no, we're out on the ice, right? I'm just running back to the others.
Oh, okay. I thought you were running to the opposite side, being like,
I thought he was doing that too.
Okay. All right.
I know I'm trying to run back to the others, and I want to be pulling GU behind me, sliding on the ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, you go zipping back, claws digging into the ice, and yeah, you make it back. Yeah, you make it back across, and the whole time, you didn't notice any kind of strain or stress at all on the ice.
See, your heavy butt fell and didn't even crack it. I think we're good to go.
All right. Better safe than sorry. Yeah.
Here.
I'll jump on my axe beak and I can be ahead if need be, just to kind of look out for anything. If anything is fishy.
All right. So you guys kind of tentatively take everything out across the ice.
Yes.
Do you think it'd be better if we went really fast or really slow?
And I'd say, a steady, fast speed wouldn't hurt. Just to make sure. I can ride out a little bit ahead just to keep an eye out, and I can give you guys a signal.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. So, anyone with the axe beaks that's going out, you don't hear a peep out of the ice. Nothing.
Huh.
And the axe beaks are surprisingly sure-footed out on the ice. And they don't seem to mind at all.
That's cool.
The polar bears, they get out on the ice and nothing. Well, you don't hear anything. When the wagon hits the ice, you can hear this subtle groaning of the ice. And there's this collective everybody holds their breath. But
Oh boy.
Nothing. Just kind of the ice maybe ever so slightly shifting or adjusting with the new weight. But it seems to be supporting the weight of the wagon.
Sweet.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Hey, Tumpy, how you doing in there?
You can hear snoring.
Oh. Well, all right, let's just carry on then.
All right. So you guys at a pretty medium pace, trying to hurry up and get across the river. Yeah, you guys make it just fine. There's nothing bad happens crossing the river.
Yeah.
You barely hear much of anything out of it. Just the wagon occasionally causes some creaking or groaning, but nothing alarming.
Sorry, that just kind of makes me think about those videos you'd see when that ice would crack along a river, and you hear that drink, 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 that crazy echo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That shit is intense.
It's
just
scary.
It is horrifying, and it's lovely.
Yeah. All right. So you guys have made it across the river. What are you doing?
Oh, continuing on.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll be up near the front with on my axe beak near the wagon.
All right. Cradle farts as she goes across the ice. Sounds about like a cradle fart.
Why do I smell onions? Jesus. Why?
I need
Onion fart.
It's decimating, I tell you.
GU, is that part of your training?
What now?
Is that part of your training?
What?
The fart.
No, I honestly don't have that ability.
Oh, that's right. You don't have a butthole. I forgot again. I'm sorry. That's embarrassing. I didn't mean to call you out like that. I apologize.
G is cool on the outside. On the inside, he's like, why does he keep reminding me of my deformities? No.
That's so embarrassing. I did not mean to say that in front of our new guest.
You're probably to break wind.
Ilnock, you have now found out that your party member GU does not have a butthole.
It explains why he doesn't eat, I guess.
He eats sometimes.
That's the strange thing. He can eat, but there's just no. I guess it just gets burnt up in a little coal burning.
A little
thing for
coal
energy.
pellet.
I don't know. It's something weird. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, it's the mystery of GU.
Oh, damn it. Okay. So you guys get to this point. You're starting to see like the rock sticking up out of the ground, where appears to be maybe the start of the outer edge of the mountains. Yeah, you can see bits of the rock sticking out. You can see some trees. You guys can all see on this map, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you can arrange yourselves how you like.
Andy, you can arrange me, however,
Right.
whatever you think Garrow would do. Oh wait, that's probably hard because it's a little chaotic.
Maybe in the front. I feel like Cradle would be hanging out next to GU. Bill Knock is probably trying to stay away from Tumpy, as is Lug.
Lug is just chilling in the back. He's like, manifest.
Manfest.
Man.
Yep. Okay, so you're on a. I'll try to do a better audio description for Garen and Melissa here. So you guys are on the top right of a map. It's a mostly snowy map. On the left, you can see probably about the left 2/3 of the map. You can see a chunk of rock sticking up that makes a little raised area. You guys are descending down like a little bit of a slope. It's not too much at all. And there's a scattering of trees around. And then straight ahead south of you, this is still on the far right of the map. The far right, probably third of the map, there are different snow-covered trees to the south.
Do we see any indications of like tops of broken trees or anything like that?
No, they all look relatively whole, healthy, just snow-covered.
Can I
Okay.
can I keep an eye out for any footprints or tracks that are most likely not ours? Anything that might seem out of the ordinary?
Sure.
Cool.
All right. So for those of you that can see the map, where would you like to go?
Is this map, is this like accurate? The is 1 square 5 feet or?
Yeah. This one is correct. Well, I mean the last one was correct too, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm gonna send Tamo forward like 100-ish feet.
Okay.
Wait, 60 feet or 100 feet? No, I'm not sure. Let me double check him real quick. I can't remember if he's 100 feet or 60. 60. Where did I get 100 feet? Oh, that's for my other thing, my telepathic stuff. 60 feet. I am gonna send. Let's see. This area here. This is all like mountainous, I assume.
Yeah, that's all
Kind
solid
of.
rock.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if you heard that.
I did not. What
It
did
was
you do?
loud enough that I thought someone might hear it. One of the ferrets was sneezing very loudly.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. I think it's Pickle. Anyway, oh, I can just barely.
You can just barely what?
Oh, I was leaning forward to try and see. It looks like there's just barely a grid. And I didn't see it at all when I was sitting back.
Oh, yeah, I can try to darken that up for you guys. Oh god, what have I done? Oh, I hate it when it does this. I apologize to anybody that had to see that. It was bopping the screen all over different sizes.
Oh, I didn't see
Sometimes when you
anything.
try to zoom in, no, it probably wouldn't for you, but for people watching the recording, you're going to see the screen just freak out.
Oh,
Sometimes it'll like zoom in the entire window instead of just the screen. You try to zoom in it, it magnifies the screen instead. Okay, so Temo's on the rocks there.
yeah. I'm gonna send him flying up there and see if he can see anything from there.
Okay. So roll a perception check with Temo.
Tamo.
11.
I have the most mediocre rolls tonight.
Don't worry, we'll get you to nat 20 some Eldritch Blasts on these bastards. Too.
All right. Temo sees nothing.
Nothing of interest. Okay, well, I guess I'll just walk forward what I can too. I reckon.
Giu and Cradle would follow along, or at least be side by side, just kind of ready, just helping keep an eye out.
All right, so you can move GU, and I'll bring Cradle along. Let's see if I can. Let's see. So grid.
Apparently, Cradle's going to attempt to grab my robot weenus.
Do robots actually have a weenus? Because don't you have to be able to like actually pinch the skin?
I honestly don't know, but if I straighten my arm out, it might pinch her finger.
And your robot joint.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick my hand to this moving machine. No, that's bad.
There we go. Is that better, being able to see? Oh,
Yes.
Ugly, though. I'm going to turn the opacity down just a little bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. So I'll move. Tumper will probably be in the front, as he usually is. Garrow, how close to the front would you like to be?
Oh, are we off of our mounts, and are we hopping out of the battle wagon and stuff? Is that what we're doing?
All right.
I was assuming we were, but
Yeah.
yeah.
My
I
bad.
just can't see, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I forgot about the wagon and stuff. I'm trying to remember the last map you guys had that on.
I mean, if it's a spot where we go, oh, okay, let's traverse this. This is a place to traverse by foot.
It was like a small downhill slope. Do you guys remember where you had like a map that you had the wagon on last?
That was a long time ago.
It was.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't remember actually.
Probably close to when we first got the wagon.
No,
Yeah.
we had it back when we fought the giant and the mammoth too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Ah, yeah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, it's been some time.
It has been quite a bit.
Wagon.
Wagon. Sorry.
Yes. And you have to pronounce it correctly with a wagon.
All right.
It's the only way.
Hoy.
Way.
All right. And nobody's in the wagon with Tumpy, right? Because he'd probably kill everyone.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody's in there.
Okay. Tumpy's on the wagon. So, yeah, I'll presume that you guys are on your axe beaks. I'm not going to drop the axe beak tokens in there.
Okay. If that's the case, I could actually move farther than I did then, I suppose. Because I think there's 60 feet in the snow.
Okay.
So I'll move up a bit.
And Cradle and I will keep following in close proximity.
Okay. Keep Cradle down here. Let's see, Tumpy's coming down here.
Did you fart?
Look. What?
I swear I heard a fart.
Middy's playing with her blanket.
So she farted.
No. There was no farting. She's playing with her blanket and shook one of her toys around.
I'm farting.
Crackhead. Okay. You guys are down this way. Keeping Tamo there, bringing Tamo back. What are you doing?
I'll leave Tamo there for now. Just kind of scouting a little bit.
Okay. So then, as you guys are heading down here, I need, let's see, Lug. Garrow's probably sticking up towards the front still, I'd imagine. So Lug's going to have to make a check. And let's see, who else is back there? Lug and Ilnock, probably? Lug, Ilnock, and Tamo need to make perception checks.
I knew it.
Do you want any of us to roll for Lug?
I'll roll for him. Sorry. 10, 7, 11. You guys are counting on Lug here. Lug, where are you? Oh, right. Haha, he's not a party member. I'm gonna add him as an enemy. Boop. Okay. Lug has no bonus, so we'll just nope, Lug rolled a 10.
What is with these 10s and 11s and stuff? I feel like that's all I've been rolling.
There's
Like
a
between
whole-
7 and 11.
A whole wave of them. So, to fun things. Tamo
Fun
is a familiar, right?
Yes.
Alright, that's probably good.
Why? What are you about to do to my
Oh,
sweet
no.
Tamo?
Dun dun dun.
Just in case. My sweet Tamo. God damn it.
My sweet Tamo. He's a small flying child.
A small flying child.
Tamo alone.
He's a small flying dragon child.
He is but a child. Leave him be.
Alright. So Tamo needs to. Where'd it go?
Fly back safely.
Tamo needs to make a DC 10 dexterity save.
DC 10 dexterity. Come on, Tamo. Fuck!
I hope you have
I told you I'm stuck between like 7 and 11. That's it.
I hope you have Tamo's HP handy.
What is happening? How did they even see Tamo?
We don't even know what it is yet.
Two of them are flying.
I see what they are. There's some big thing and two little fuckers.
Tamo takes so angry.
So
Tamo
angry.
takes 6 cold damage.
6 cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
Is he dead?
As the this little ice spirit that's floating up near him exhales a blast of cold air.
What the fuck? Can I call him back?
Maybe, but not yet.
What?
And this guy. Where's your movement? Okay. He is going to make just a swingy claw attack. What's Tamo's AC? I hope it's higher.
500. 13.
Oh, the claw attack hits Tamo for 5 damage.
Tamo is gone.
Oh,
Fucking asshole.
Tamo
Oh my God.
disappears.
And you just hear the loudest, most mournful dragon roar in history.
It was this one that did it, okay? I just want you to know. It's this one. So, everybody else hears this, like, exhalation of the frost breath from up this way on the mountainside. You can hear, like, a little pained noise from Tamo, and then he takes a slash from this, like, shadowy looking spirit that's up this way, and Tamo just dissipates. But your eyes are already drawn up there. You can see some large, like, slightly furry but just grotesque looking thing come up over the ridge here on the mountain. Lug also has to make a saving throw from this one. Just dexterity. Lug fails. Lug takes 5 frost damage, cold damage rather. Okay.
Not.
And this one breathes out a blast of smoldering ashes onto Lug. He also has to make another save. Hey, he succeeds on this one. That's what Tamo should have done.
Oh.
Lug is fine.
Oh no.
All right, I need initiative from all of you guys.
Where's my dragon breath?
Better find it.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's in your chest.
Look, do you see the number?
10.
See where I'm stuck?
Mm-hmm.
Andy, I rolled a 10.
Fuck you.
10 for Garrow. For
Good buddy.
somehow your shit showed up in there. That's weird.
Oh, it did? It showed up? Cool.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Melissa, if you have yours pulled up, you can roll initiative. It should show up, I guess.
I think
Oh.
she actually left to go home. She's going to
yeah.
try to play from home because she couldn't hear, like, do anything on her phone, I guess.
Okay. I will roll for her.
I was going to tell you that, but I got traumatized when you killed Tamo.
I'm sorry. You can bring him back.
I know, but still.
I don't have her sheet handy. I thought she was still here. 1 second. Campaign.
She, like, I think just left, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes ago or so.
She's leaving right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. She had to gather up all her stuff.
Yeah, she could grab all the possums.
That's right. So she has +4. She rolled a 9, so 13. 13 for Cradle. Dumpy Tumpy.
Dumpy hump.
Yeah, I guess I'd be yelling at Tumpy. Tumpy, wake up! Wake up!
Tumpy,
You got company!
You got company. He has +2. He rolled a natural 1. I guess that makes sense since he was fast asleep.
I bet he's just barely getting up and going, oh, what? And then taking a big old swill of ale first. He's like, all right.
You got a 22. Okay.
That seems accurate.
GU, you're up first.
Okay, so all right, so 5, 10, 15. Just from a passing glance, how high up, like, of a incline would that be? Or is that just kind of just like some difficult terrain or something?
So let's see, 10, 15, 20. We'll say from the bottom here to the very top of the ridge is 20 feet. So this big guy is 20 feet up right now.
That is 20 feet up? Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to take a little detour. 20, 25, 30, 35. Oh, sorry. I think I would leave my axe beak with next to the thing, so I'd be doing this by foot.
Okay.
So 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm going to stand right here, and I'm going to spend a key point to use Fist of the Fire Snake and give myself a 10-foot reach.
Okay.
And let's see how this goes. Okay, let's check it out. First punch. 15.
I believe 15 hits. Yeah, 15 hits for sure.
Then another punch. 21.
Hits.
And bonus action punch. Natural 20.
All right.
Alrighty, so the first one.
What are these Fists of the Fire Snake?
Yeah, so these are just me dealing fire damage. Okay, so 7 fire for the first one.
Okay.
9 fire for the second.
Okay.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
With Fist of the Fire Snake, if you spend a key point to do it, I just want to read this so I don't do this wrong. Just want to make sure I got this right. It's been a minute. Okay, so if it deals an extra 1d10 fire damage and it comes after that last attack, would that be doubled or would that one just be left alone?
1 second. See, I was just actually looking up your Fangs of the Fire Snake thing. Reach with your arm strikes. Hit with such an attack deals fire damage instead of bludgeoning damage. You spend 1 key point. Attack hits. It also deals an extra 1d10. Okay, so you rolled a natural 20 for the very last strike. So I'll say by the time you get to that third strike, you realize your attacks that don't seem to have a single effect on this creature whatsoever.
Oh.
I'll tell you that before you spend that extra key point there.
No, it was just the one to turn, like, if you use the key point to give it fire, doesn't it add it? Or hold on, I might have misread that. I'm sorry.
If you spend 1 key point when the attack hits, it also deals an extra 1d10 fire damage.
Okay. Alrighty, cool.
So I'll save you from that extra key point expenditure.
Alrighty. So none of these are really.
No. So you see your fire hits on this like smoke and ash creature, kind of like a bellows on some cinders. Like it kind of brightens up and laughs at you.
Huh. I'm just going to yell out, well, don't use fire. It doesn't work.
All right. Anything else for you?
That's, hold on. Let me just do one last thing. I'm going to stay within this one's range, but I'm just going to I'm just going to do it right here.
Okay.
Just to kind of at least take some attention off Lug there.
Gotcha. All right. That it for you?
Yeah.
All right. Lug's going to run over here and stupid thing. Cold hurts. Ow. And he's going to swing at this thing here. It's its axe. 15 total to hit. We'll hit. For a big old 6 damage. Alright. So he like jumps up and slashes at this one that's floating around in the air. And takes a chunk of ice off of it when he smacks it. And then in turn, it is going to let's see. It's going to use its set of icy claws. Let's see if it recharges first. No recharge. All right. Claws definitely hit Lug for 4 damage. So it slashes down on the Lug, and you can see anybody that's looking Lug's way can see like 4 lines, bloody lines, go tearing across the Lug's neck and shoulder. And it's going to just move up 1. This one over here, cackling in delight at its apparent kill, or at least it's hoping to kill, is going to fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 over this way. And then this guy goes, he's going to be moving at half speed down here. So it's 5, 10, God damn it, and 15. Cradle is going to go. Cradle's probably going to want to run up and try to stick her finger in the ear of something. 45 feet, Jesus. Monks are ridiculous.
Do you think she would attack that one or the one that killed?
Probably the one messing up Lug, because he's not doing very good.
Okay.
So she has Hand of Healing.
You're in a hole.
She can spend 1 key point touch creature. So for your blows, you can place one of the unarmed strikes to this feature without spending key point. Okay. So yeah, she's gonna run up and try to whack it with her staff. That did not roll. Why didn't that roll? What is it doing?
I don't know.
You might be able to click on the portion in Roll20.
That's what it looks like, I think.
No. Whatever. I'll just roll it. Roll the 5 plus 7, 12 to hit. Might have actually hit that. Yes, she does. She hits. And it does. Oops. It does d6 plus 4. Oh my god. None of the buttons work on this? Maybe it's... I don't know. I don't know why it's not working. I thought it worked. D6 plus 4. She deals 7 damage with the staff. There we go. And then she has Flurry of Blows, of course. And Flurry of Blows is how many extra?
2 extra.
2 extra. Okay, she'll hit the creature with 1. Yep, she hits that for 5 more damage. And then she's going to slap Lug on his opposite cheek and try to heal him. And on that one, she's going to heal him for... Oh, she rolled a 6. All right. She heals Lug for 10. Nice.
Yay!
So Lug is back up to full. And that is her bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ilnox. Finally.
It gets to do something.
You get to do a thing in combats. Whoops. Stupid alarm. Sorry, guys.
That's the end of the session, guys. No,
Yep. Time to pack it up and go home. Continue this fight next time when Ilnox not here.
All right, so I'm going to step up here, and I am going to shoot a lightning bolt.
Ooh.
Lightning bolt.
Shit.
So DC 15 for those guys.
Okay. A little ice mephit guy. Dirty 20 for the ice mephit.
That sucks.
And the big guy is a 3.
Oh, he
Yeah,
takes full
3.
damage.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, the big guy takes 31 lightning damage.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yep.
Wow.
And the other, that little ice mephit guy just gets obliterated even at half.
oh my god.
But he has...
You're a wizard. You're a wizard, do you not?
So Lug and Cradle both need to make a dex save when this thing dies.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? I didn't hit him.
No, it's a death burst on that little ice mephit. Lug passes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they did that.
Yeah, you guys have fought these before. Cradle has a 12. What was the DC? 10? Yeah. So they both take 1 damage. Alright. So Cradle takes 1. And Lug is down 1. Okay, and this guy's dead. He just explodes in a shard of icy crystals. This thing, the big guy over here, he gets hit with this lightning blast. Actually, why did... Oh, I skipped his turn. Whoops. No, he went. All right, I'm dumb. Never mind. Yeah, he gets hit with the lightning blast and just shrieks and roars. Seems to leave him a smoldering mess. Let's see. A creature. Let's see what all this thing has. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so that's all the effects of your lightning.
All right.
Anything else?
And, yep, I'm going to move the rest of my speed up here right next to GU. And then that'll end my turn.
Okay.
We
All right, then we have the other kinds of methods. This one next to GU. So it's going to see if its thing recharges. Does not. Attacks you with its smoky claws. 13 does not hit you, correct?
Correct, but I do have a question.
Yeah.
If a creature flying within 30 feet of me makes an attack roll against me, I can use my reaction to hold my Skyblinder staff aloft and cause a flare of light. So it says I give you disadvantage on the attack roll, but also it must succeed on a DC 15 con save.
Okay.
Or be blinded until the start of the next turn.
Fails. It's blind.
Oh, thank you, Issa.
It's the first time you've gotten to use that thing, huh?
I'm happy. And I'm glad I didn't have to try it first on a dragon. Thank you. Here's your new toy. Prepare to die.
So yeah, this thing tries to hit you, misses, and then immediately gets blinded by your flash of light from the staff. The other one over here goes... Well, he I think is going to take some damage. Yeah. It takes 5 damage at the start of its turn. And yells something in... What are these things? Does anybody speak... Well, I don't think anyone does. If anyone has any weird languages, let me know. But I don't think anyone speaks that.
I don't know what's considered weird, but Ursula, I think, is infernal and draconic.
Nope.
I got the common, dwarvish, and primordial.
No.
Cool.
Cradle speaks celestial, common, infernal. That's a nope. Tumpy is just common and dwarvish, so that's a nope. Yeah, I don't think anybody speaks it. It yells out something and gets the hell away from the big guy. Garrow the Bard, if you're still with us.
I am here.
All right, so you are up by the wagon. You are about, let's see, you are 25
So I'm
feet.
not on the wagon?
No, you were on an X-Peak, right? Or were you on the wagon?
No, I'm on the wagon, so I was going to leap off the wagon. So I'm still. I leap off the wagon,
Okay.
and in midair, I puff out my chest and point at Ilnok, and give him a thumbs up and a big cheesy smile, and say, "You are a star. It's time for you to shine." I give him bardic inspiration,
Okay.
all cheesy like.
He's 30 feet to the northeast of you.
That's good.
Okay.
I have 60 feet range on that.
One of the like smoke methods are 15 feet north of you, an ice method 15 feet to the northwest of you. The big creature is 25 feet to the northwest of you.
Okay. And do I have a line of... And as I hit the snow, I'll do a somersault into the snow and get up. Do I have line of sight on the big guy?
Yeah.
I guess I'll turn to him and I'll just start chattering, doing that cat chatter when they see a bird.
Okay.
And I'll start doing chattering straight at him. And he needs to make a wisdom save of 16.
Wisdom save 16. All right.
And
That's an 11.
I'm doing... Okay, cool. I cast it. Oh, hold on. So he takes 13 points of psychic damage from my cat chatter.
Damn.
Which is Dissonant Whispers. And what else does Dissonant Whispers do? Psychic damage.
Hipsters.
And he must immediately use his reaction, if available, to move as far as his speed allows away from me.
Okay. So he's on difficult terrain still. He'll go. It almost ends up back where he was. All right.
And that ends my turn.
Okay. Ursula, bring the vengeance.
Which one did you say hit Tamo?
The one that killed Tamo was this one.
That's the one GU tried to hit too, wasn't it? He
No.
hit a smoky one.
It's up here.
It's same type.
Oh, yeah,
though.
same type.
I guess I want to move. Oh, out around that wagon. I'm assuming I can't see over the wagon. And he tried hitting it with fire and nothing happened.
Correct. You saw him light his... not light his hands, really, but, you've seen him do it before. He gets, like, the flame extensions, and...
I remember fighting these guys before. And I cannot remember if there was, like, certain attacks that they didn't... that didn't work on them or not.
Well, fire doesn't.
Well, I only have 2. Oh, I meant to ask you this. Is Find Familiar a ritual spell? I keep looking, but I don't see anything, so maybe it's not a ritual spell?
You can look up Find Familiar and then see if it has a ritual tag, but it also may be like a feature of your Warlock class, too.
I guess it's not important right now, because I think that spell takes a minute. Like, I don't think I can re-summon him quickly.
Casting time ritual 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
It has an R on like a little book symbol. That means it's
Now,
a
see, I was looking for that, and I don't see that anywhere
It's
for some
right
reason.
next to the title, Find Familiar.
Yeah. I don't know why I don't see that. Am I just dumb? Oh, I see it now.
That's okay.
Oh, you're just dumb.
I think I see it. No, actually, no, it's not there for mine. It's not there at all. I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy, but it's not there.
No, it's a ritual though. I'll show it to you afterwards.
Okay, I don't. Anyway, that's not for right now, I guess. If it's gonna take an hour and such. I guess what I will do
Is sit in the snow and start ritually
is
making
start
Tamo.
ritualing. Ursula's weeping openly, and she points at this fucker here. She's like, "You, in the name of Tamo and Issa, I shall punish you." She's going to try to hit him with Eldritch Blast.
Is that Sailor Moon?
Yes,
Sailor Moon.
it is.
Your punishment doesn't go as planned.
I'm wondering if I should stop using the digital rolls. That, like, it's seriously been, like, if you look, 10, 11.
Oh, that was a natural
10.
one, though.
But they keep adding up to this. And I've
Yeah.
also had, like, 3 natural ones already.
All right. Second bolt blast, whatever.
I guess she's too upset.
She's just crying, tears in her eyes. That one hits.
Does it?
It does.
Okay.
They don't have a high AC at all. Okay. 8 damage. Yep. So your ferret beam blasts into him, and you can see it, like it blasts some of his smoky like body away. He's still flapping though.
Okay.
Anything else for you?
I don't think I can do anything else because everything sucks. No, I don't think I have anything else I can do. No.
Okay. Tumpy's turn. I'm going to try to do Tumpy proud. Tumpy, here's what happens. He takes... Let's see. He's got the movement for it. He runs across the top of the wagon. Why does it do that? I hate that. He gets his back corner and leaps over for this one. The big
Wrestler.
airborne Tumpy hug.
Oh, if this doesn't do it, I don't know what will. Oh my god.
So he's gonna make.
An airborne tumpy. That is amazing.
He's gonna do an athletics check to make it over there.
Jumping off the corner rope. Tumpy.
17 will do it. Oh, this should have been raging too. So he's gonna use his. He told me not to forget his rage. He'd be mad if I forgot his rage. So he's raging. Jumps airborne. So he makes the athletic check. So he can get that far. He can make it.
Awesome.
What the hell is the rage?
Hero just looks in awe and sees all this in slow motion.
Yes. See Tumpy sailing through the air.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Free Willy, where the kid's like, yeah.
As Willie jumps over the rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of like
Iconic.
instead of the water sprinkling, it's just snow from his boots.
Oh shit! He rolled a natural 19.
God damn.
Ooh.
Goes sailing
Nice.
through the air, arms outstretched, and hits it for. Oh, there's a 1 on damage, 6, and then 2 for his rage. He hits it for 8. How much? Oh. He snags it and bears it down to the ground.
Nice.
It's ragged as shit and it's barely holding its form together. But he uses bonus action to do that, so I don't think he can make any more of his attacks.
So he did that one attack, so he can't do like an extra squeeze for his second attack.
Is this bonus action to do the rage? Oh no, he does get extra attack. Okay. I don't know, he's a million things going on here. So yeah, he'll do the extra attack while it's on the ground. 13 to hit, hits it. So yeah, he gets vengeance on this thing for you, Ursula. He pummels it into the ground until it explodes in a cloud of ash, and then Tumpy has to make a. What is this? Oh, he doesn't do. These ones have a different one. 5 foot. Okay. So this thing gets dispersed, and it just leaves a puff of smoke in the air where it was at. It's a heavily obscured area. So this creature here is dead, but there is a cloud of smoke there. All right, that's Tumpy's turn. Chiyu.
Alrighty. So first and foremost, I'm just going to move to right here.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm going to use the other thing I haven't really used yet. I'm going to use a charge off the Ring of Earth and Assault.
Mm.
Ooh, what is it?
And while this dude is blind right at the moment, I'm just going to do the first attack on this guy and launch a rock at this fucker.
Hey, which one?
The big guy.
Okay.
So. Dirty 20.
Definitely hits.
Okay, where's that? There it is. D10 of bludgeoning. 4 bludgeoning to that dude.
Okay.
And then I will...
Oh, shit, you said 4 bludgeoning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I will spend a key point to do flurry of blows on this dude.
Alrighty.
There we go. All right, so first punch, 25.
Definitely hits.
And since my last turn, my punches are now just regular, not fire damage punches.
Yeah.
And 23 to hit.
Both hit.
All right, so 11 bludgeoning. Then 7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And these are magical too.
Yeah. It squawks out as you pummel the shit out of it. But it looks pretty bad, but it's still alive. It's still flapping in the air.
Okay.
That it?
Actually, never mind. Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. If he's blind, I might use the rest of my movement to try to cut around over here. Second. I know he'd probably still attack, but he'd still be blind from that, right?
Yeah, he's still blind. Well, when does it say ends? At the end of this turn of yours? Or
let me take a look at the staff. Blinded until the start of its next turn.
Oh, just for shits and giggles too, did you roll your attacks with advantage?
I did not. I was about to, and I was like, nah, they both hit. But
go ahead, see if you get pull natural 20s out of them.
Nope. That one did. Jesus. Okay, so sorry. I'm going off of that last one was the second one that I rolled. So I rolled 3. So then 11 bludgeoning for that last one instead of. I can't remember what it was last.
Yeah, that'll do it though. He explodes in a puff of smoke.
And I might take a couple feet back, just away from the smoke. As I back out, do I see any clear air?
What do you mean? It's just the space that he was in is like it's just like an obscuring smoke. There's no other effect to it other than just obscuring that area.
I mean, like how wide out does it go? I was gonna.
Oh, it's just 5 foot.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
So
just in his area, his token area there.
how many feet is this? Because I still got a bunch of monk movement.
You have 5, 10, and then this would be double, so 20, 30. 30
So
is up here.
30 right there. So, okay. So 5. I think I'll be able to. You know what? Screw it. I might just move right here and just wait for this fucker.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Wait for this fucker.
Wait for this fucker right here.
Wait for him.
Log. Thank you, Cradle. And runs. 5, 10, 15. Then he jumps up and tries to smack this one. He hits it. For 10 damage. That's a solid hit on it. Okay. The other one's dead.
I can't remember, what weapon does he have?
An axe.
An axe?
A big axe. Yep. 10. It comes
Looks
over
like
here
Sea Star is
to
reconnected.
G.
He also has a spear.
He does.
What's up?
The big guy is coming over here.
Cool.
Coming over towards you, I mean.
Yes, indeed.
So first, it gets multi-attack. It lunges forward to bite at you.
Yes.
17 to hit you.
Miss.
All right. Then 2 claw attacks. 24 to hit you.
That one hits.
And 15 to hit you. So just one hit.
Miss. Yep.
Let's see.
I can't believe you hit GU.
So 2d6 and 2d8. So here's 2d6 slashing is 9.
So 9.
And then 2d8 cold is 15.
So 15 altogether. Okay.
Yep. It lumbers down the rocks at you, tries to bite at you, and then it just takes like a two-handed slash at the same time. You dodge one and take the other. And then I need you to make a DC 15 con save.
Right, hold on.
What is this guy?
15.
What is he?
There we go. So what was the con save again? DC 15, you said?
Yep. Con save.
Okay. Alrighty. So let's do this digitally. Let's have fun. 17.
Okay. So you avoid the nasty part of that.
Ooh.
You just eat a bunch of damage, but you avoid the nasty little after effect there. Then Cradle. If Cradle's here.
It looked like she was trying to be.
I can see her in the chat, but I don't... Is she in the game?
She loaded into roll.
She's on mute at the moment.
Yeah. I saw her reconnecting in Roll20. I also don't know how good her internet is, so
Right.
might be questionable.
Hello?
Oh, that's C-Star.
Does it sound okay? I'm using my laptop with my headphones.
It's kind of balls, but we're close to the end of the thing, so no, not worried about
just
it.
go with it.
Balls. Okay, let me.
So Temo has been destroyed. 3 of the methods that came out of the cliff here, you can see, right? In Roll20.
What's that big doofus thing?
The big thing that's currently attacking GU. It had 3 little flying buddies, and they've killed 3 of them.
Oh.
The ice one, when the ice one died, it exploded into a bunch of ice shards. The smoke ones just do like a puff of obscuring smoke when they die. Excuse me.
I want to punch his floppy nose.
Feel free to punch the nose.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's so excited.
He looks like he's very tall.
Yep, he's a big boy.
Don't know if I can reach the nose. May need to go for the testicles.
Because there's no other choice.
Yeah, like was anything else an option with you?
Something floppy's gonna get smacked. Okay. Let me see here.
Something funky is good.
Have I used any key points or anything?
Just one
Okay.
for flurry of blows, and you healed Lug because Lug almost died.
Oh no. I am going to. It's my stave. I'm gonna thwack his staff with my staff. Right.
Oh god.
Attack number 1. 19.
That hits.
Attack number 2. 18 again.
Hits.
Okay. Pick damage number 1. 5.
Okay.
Pick damage number 2. 8.
Okay.
And. Gonna use flurry of holes.
Flurry of holes?
Oh, that would be something Cradle would like.
That's what she punches. She punches a flurry of hose.
Here. Okay, so I'm gonna use my stanky pink fists and punch him. Okay. Where's my me? I'm not used to using my laptop.
She's there. Makes the most interesting noises when she's on her turn.
Ernst 1. 19. Why am I
Hits.
getting all 19s? Ernst 2.
Ursula stares at you in hatred.
Yeah.
Ernst
I've
1.
rolled
Hits.
Such garbage. Such garbage.
Damage. Oh, it's going slow. 6 and 10. So 16.
Okay.
I wish I rolled like that.
Is that it for you?
Say stinky devil worshiper. And I'm gonna stay there.
All right. Ilnock, you're up.
Look at GU and smell my fist.
And Ilnock, don't forget you got a 1d8 to add to attack rolls or saving throws or whatnot.
Yeah, I got you. I won't forget. All right, I'm going to move here, and knowing what Tumpy is, I'm going to prepare a spell so when I see him emerge from the cloud of smoke, which I'm guessing I can't see him in.
Correct.
Okay,
He is
I'm going
obscured.
to cast a spell.
Okay.
So that will be my turn.
One's dead. This one's dead. Garrow.
All right. What is around me?
Nothing is. Well, I take that back. You have one of the ice mephits about
Yeah, there's a method.
15 feet to the northwest of you. The big guy is 35 feet north of you.
Okay, then I guess I'll go for the.
And
Is the mephit in the?
Lug is fighting the mephit. He's like jumping up and swinging his axe at it.
Oh, okay. How does Lug look on hit points?
Lug looks okay.
Okay. Is the mephit like in the air, or can I reach it if I ran and jumped?
Yeah, like that's essentially what Lug is doing. It's about 10 feet up in the air.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'll do that. I'll run it. I'll pull both my scimitars out, shing shing, and run and jump, swing at the mephit.
Okay.
Let's see.
Aaron, I'm putting a picture of the map in the Discord for you just so you can see.
Oh, okay, cool.
I didn't even think to do that. I feel like a dum-dum.
Is 18 hit?
18 hits.
All right, I'll roll damage for that one. It's 7 damage on the first hit, and my second scimitar attack is a 19. That's 9 points of damage. And then I will use
9 damage.
my second attack. That's a 13. Does that miss?
13 hits it.
13 hits? All right.
Yeah.
That's 8 points of damage.
Okay, I need you to make a DC 10 dexterity saving throw as it explodes in a shard of ice. Or shard
Get down,
of
Lug!
ice.
Dex save. Sorry if I'm slow because I'm not using the phone.
You're fine.
Dex save.
Log fails his save.
I got a 13.
Okay. So Log takes 4 damage, you take 2.
Lug, no!
Yep, you take 2 piercing damage as the ice method explodes in a hail of razor sharp ice crystals.
Ugh, I hate those things.
Alright. Now the last thing left on the battlefield is the big guy who is now 25 feet north of you on the... he's like coming down almost to the base of the rocky like cliffside thing.
Okay, I'm sure they'll make quick of him. He'll be gone.
Alright, let's go. Ursula, your turn.
Oh,
Ursula.
I don't want to cast anything that has a hit DC anymore. I don't know what that is, though. I've been looking.
Saves.
Huh?
Saves only.
Yeah, and that's like nothing really. How messed up is the big guy looking?
Oh, he's looking a little ragged.
How's his dick looking?
I can't freaking stupid
Ragged.
roll 20
Robo cradle.
robo cradle is that what you just said?
Yeah.
It's just bruised and flaccid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just try Eldritch Blast again. F it. Ursula's still upset and crying and can't think right. She's going to try to Eldritch Blast the last big guy. Well, that's better than nothing, I guess.
That hits. The first ferret beam zips out over Ilnok's head.
That's a little better. That's a little better.
13 does not hit, though.
It was 18 to hit. You PP?
Oh, that was your damage. Okay. My bad.
13. Yeah, 13 damage for the first ferret beam.
Yep.
Ilnok, duck!
Second beam.
One. I don't know.
Like
13.
I said, 13 does not hit.
It does not hit.
Nope.
Just one.
So that one hits
Just one.
the rocks next to him and showers GU and chips a rock. Snow. All right.
Like, why can't I hit anything? Just keep crying.
Oh. Tumpy.
Ew, sister.
I can't remember how many. What's it take to stand up? Is it 10 feet or half your movement?
I think it's just,
or no.
I think it's just 10 feet now. I can check real quick.
Looking it up.
Of course, it doesn't say the conditions.
Yeah, what the hell?
Looks like it takes half of. I think it's half the movement.
Standing takes so costs the amount of movement equal to half your movement speed. So yeah,
Costs half.
movement.
Okay. So he's got 35. Around half down is 15. So he'll come bursting out of the smoke. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
And,
So your spell goes off.
Yep. So as he's walking towards the big guy, I know that the big guy is a little too big for him to grab. So Humpy grows a size.
Oh,
Yay!
So he gets doubled in sizes. He moves from medium to large. And he gets
It's a bit much.
1d4 extra damage on his spikes.
Okay.
Nice.
Awesome.
Tumpy grows while he runs over there, and he's the same size as this thing. And he's going to go for a grapple. Use your action to try to pin. Oh, he has to grapple it first. So I think it's just strength versus athletics.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I think he already gets it from raging, but he does get advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Okay. Advantage strength check. Roll. So he gets 18 strength. Troll guy. Where'd it go? There we go. 18. So they both rolled 18. So he's not grappled. Tumpy's going to get pissed and use his second attack to try it again. That seems like a Tumpy thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he rolled 2 4s for a 9 total. He's not used to being this big, okay? He's all awkward. And yeah, the ice troll has got a 21. So he is not grappled.
Got the baby deer legs.
Yep.
Baby deer legs.
That's Tumpy's turn. But he's large boy now.
That's pretty cool, I gotta say.
GU.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I forgot.
Uh-oh.
Wait, no, that was Tumpy's turn. Okay, never mind. You're good.
All right. Okay. Just so I can give Tumpy some room if he wants to grapple down and hunker, I'm going to just kind of pole vault up here.
Yep.
And as I pole vault on either side of the face, I'll do a quick smack with the staff.
All right. Staff whack it.
I'm not flanking with Cradle, am I? Because it's different positions.
No, you're flanking.
Okay, so
Flinkin.
dirty 20 for the first one.
Hits.
Then for the second one.
Oh, shit. I did forget something. You started your turn here.
Yeah.
Within 5 feet of it. You take 15 cold damage.
Oh, okay.
Just from being next to him?
Yep.
The F?
Alrighty.
Well, that's fucking BS.
And that second one I rolled pretty high. So the first two staff the first two staff things hit. Sorry, staff attacks. Bleh. So where's my D8? There it is. So the first
you are salty.
Sorry, I'm having a brain fart here. 12 bludgeoning for the first one.
Okay.
And then for the second, 11 bludgeoning for the second hit in the face.
Okay. You smack him in the face from behind. He drops to a knee and he looks pretty rough, but he's still standing.
And I'm just gonna spend a key point to bonus action disengage and back up a few feet, just so I can kind of catch my breath or catch my AC unit. I don't know. I don't know what
I got you.
But
Forgot you were a robot.
Forgot I'm a robot, but yeah, I think. Wait, no, okay, I'm not going to do that because then I'll be taking the shit away from Cradle if she wants to hit. Never mind. Okay, I'm just going to stay close by. Forget what I said about the. Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
And I'll just bonus action punch. Sorry.
Okay.
One last punch. Sorry about the indecisiveness.
The girls must be talking to each other out of game. I can hear her laughing in the other room.
I thought it was muted.
15 to punch.
15 does not hit.
Cool.
You punch like a chunk of ice that's on it and doesn't actually do any damage to him.
Damn.
Okay.
All right.
Lug's turn. Lug, kill big guy. He runs. He's trying to run up this, but it's difficult terrain. So it's 10.
Oh boy! Oh, careful, Lug!
He can still get up there. Lug runs up there with his axe, takes a big old swing at a dingaling, and natural 1. Lug misses. Cradle, you see a big axe swung by Lug. It just flashed in front of your eyes as Lug just terribly misses and almost ran. These guys are both dead. This guy healed.
Manifest.
You can see some of the wounds on this thing start to like close up, and some of the bruises that were left by the blunt like stabs and punches start to fade away. And then let's see. And then it's going to see this new challenger that's the same size of it, and it's going to take all of its multi attacks against Tumpy.
Oh boy!
Tumpy tries to bite at Tumpy. 17, I think, is Tumpy's armor class. Yeah. All right. So the bite hits. Then it tries to bite or claw. 2 claws rather. First one misses, and the second one misses. So it's just the bite. Does 4 piercing have, or 8 piercing have? Does 4? Let's see. 2, 3, 4. And then 2d8 cold damage. Oof. 12 cold damage from the bite. And the cold damage does not get halved, correct?
So, from raging? I don't think so, no.
Alright.
How come you can't see Tumpy and Ilnox H?
Let me see if I can...
Or I guess Lugs for that matter, too. I feel like Lug's gonna die standing next to that troll if it's like emitting cold damage.
Yeah, I can't see Tumpy's. Oh, I can now.
There we go.
To be fair, I thought it was on purpose.
I kind of wondered that too.
He might have changed it, being an absolute wiener. Can you
He
see
does do
Ilnox
that.
now?
I can, yeah.
Okay. Alright, that's the troll's turn. Cradle. The start of your turn, Cradle, you take 10 cold damage.
Turn cold.
I have the same HP as like Cradle?
Have I taken any other damage?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
Oil. Okay.
It's just the aura of like just completely bitterly freezing cold. No.
Oh my god.
Yes, that. Make that noise, I guess.
All right. Got the sniffles. I'm sorry.
I got the sniffles too. I got the sniffles. The sniffly.
What you doing, Cradle?
I was seeing if I had something, but I don't. right. I will.
All the cradle noises.
I'm gonna go for the shinny shin shins.
Okay.
My staff. Let's whack a 1 shin. 21.
Hits.
Let's whack a 2 shin. 22.
Hits.
Got snot in my face.
Are you
Damage.
with advantage?
Oh, yeah,
Ugh.
you have advantage on him because you're flanking with GU.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Can I have that damage? It was good.
Well, just roll.
I guess
to see
since I
if-
had the. We were talking at the same time. Since I had.
What is happening?
All right, so that
Cradle.
was my first roll. I'm sorry. Damage 9 for the first shin. Let me do second hit with advantage. 17.
17 hits.
Damage for shin number 211.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm excited to be playing.
You did 9 damage with the first one.
Year.
Okay.
Then 11, and that makes 20.
Okay. It is raggedy as shit.
And do I want to use a key point? Do I want to use a key point? Yes, I think I do. Okay, so I'm gonna flurry of blows, and I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna punch him on the top of his foot because that hurts. And then I'm gonna punch him in the belly button.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. Do I have advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, punching number 1. No. Not 20.
Okay. So you on a natural 20, go ahead and roll your damage, but you slam your foot down on him with all your pink stinky rage, and you force his foot down on the rocks and impale his foot down. It lets out one last cry and falls over against the rocks.
I guess you'd say I'm a step ahead.
That's so loud.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Oh my god.
I apologize. We'll tone it down.
Did she just
Sorry.
kill him by smashing his foot?
Here's that
We're just
way.
gonna grin.
It was all the
Everyone
weird
around-
noises she was making.
Everyone
Yeah,
around can
definitely.
hear all like this massive cracking sound when she smashes her fist down on his foot,
Oh yeah.
and then you can see his foot go loose, and he just falls back against the rocks.
That was his
Gio, do good? Did I do good?
You did really good. Andy, did you say at one point I noticed this thing kind of not get back up, but just kind of regenerated some sort?
Yeah, you saw some wounds close up,
Okay.
and
I'm just going to keep an eye out on this fucker. I don't trust anything like that.
okay. Are you done, Cradle?
She got
Yes.
So
Hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Oh my god.
Okay.
Are you okay? Jesus. Ilnock. So you have a giant tumpy butt in your face. You saw the troll fall, but you can hear these sickening noises as it like you can hear like bones start to snap together and like things start to stitch back together and regenerate.
All right, I'm gonna walk up
Big guy?
here. I'm just gonna say, stand back. I'll take care of this. I'm gonna use burning hands.
Ooh. Okay.
So I'm assuming he's unconscious.
Yeah, he's out for the moment.
Okay, so He doesn't actually get the dex save then?
Nope.
Okay, so 12 fire damage.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. He's cooking the meal.
It like pops its eyes open and does this last horrific scream as like all of its flesh and hair starts to burn, and it like flakes up and peels apart before it finally dies for good.
It flakes up like flaky crust.
Like overly cooked fish.
Mmm.
Ilnock, that was amazing.
Just look at her and give her the thumbs up.
She's gonna do a thumbs up and then put it in her nose.
You see this guy look at you and give you a thumbs up and wink.
If I could do it, you could do it too.
All right. So, the end of that fight there, and with the smell of cooked troll and troll fur hanging thick in the air, we'll go ahead and end it there. We'll pick back up right here in the next session. So, first, Ilnock, I'm glad you finally got to partake in a wee bit of combat.
Yeah.
You can see with this group that things tend to die pretty quickly. So, battles go kind of fast.
Yeah, I was hoping that enlarged Tumpy was going to body slam him, but maybe next time.
His rolls were total ass, unfortunately. I wanted to have fun with Giant Tumpy.
Oh, we will again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll wrap up this episode. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Lewis, for playing with us again. Kind of
fun.
On-call plug and play Ilnock.
Woot!
One day I'll be back in the shard.
Yeah.
No!
Keep
I'll save you both.
popping you back in and out of the shard.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope you guys like the combat and some of the fun stuff with the dreams. Drop a comment and let us know what you thought about Tamo getting sent back to wherever he came from, and Ursula going through her rage.
Poor Ursula.
Or other stuff with Ursula. Let us know what you think her dreams mean or what they are. 'Cause I'm honestly, from my side, I'm having fun doing those. It's a fun little thing to do. But thanks to everybody for watching. If you're new to the channel, new to the show, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you keep checking back to watch the future episodes. And if you're continuing on with us, we appreciate you coming back and hanging out with us. So thanks a lot. And remember, hit the like button, hit subscribe, help us grow the channel a little bit. And we'll see you guys all next time. Thanks and adios.
Thanks, Andy.
Well, goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Oh no.
Didn't catch that last part?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.